All right. So I am Mike from Adrenaline Armory here interviewing Steve from Toxic Ruin. This is actually take two of our interview. The first one we did lasted about a half hour or so, and that recording disappeared somehow, so we're doing this again. Um, so yeah. So one of the questions I had with the Toxic Ruin, well, first of all, how long have you been in Toxic Ruin?
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah, 6 years. Since about 6.5 now, actually.
Okay. And how did you get, like, how did you meet the guys, or how did you get involved in the band?
Craigslist.
Craigslist?
You're not even joking. Yeah. Me and two other guys put a Craigslist ad out. Dave responded to it, and then we went down and filled the positions they were looking for in the Ruin. And then style changed, so we changed the name, and the rest is history. So a couple lineup changes, and now we're what we are at today. So
Nice. You're in the Sheboygan area, right? You all live in the same area, same town?
no.
No?
I live in Two Rivers, so that's like 45 minutes north. Blake used to live in Milwaukee, lives in Manitowoc again. Jake is the only one who actually lives in Sheboygan, and Dave lives in New Holstein, so it's like kind of a central spot for all of us.
Okay. Sounds good. And then, as we were talking about in the first interview, I was going over like the shows you have coming up. The first one being in the Chippewa Falls with
Yep.
Macabre and Thunderlung. Um, that's actually where I was making the Wisconsin metal band list, and I never heard of Thunderlung before, so I had to go check them out. It seemed like it'd be kind of a good fit
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see those guys live, actually. So,
because I think they're from the Eau Claire area, or so. There's somewhere near, or I think it's Eau Claire, somewhere nearby.
yeah, right around there. They're like the big local guys over there. This is actually kind of a redo of the Macabre tour kickoff show since that had gotten canceled. So we just kind of rebooked it, I guess.
Okay, cool. And then you have another one, the Slam Dakota Fest. You said you're headed out that one.
Yep.
Is that a multi-day? Is like a
Yeah, that's a 2-day festival. We're on Friday, and they run Friday, Saturday. Um, that full lineup and everything should be released probably sometime in the next week or two.
Okay.
Last I heard, it was going to be about a week or so before they had everything all laid out and set in stone and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's in like the 18th or something in it's the weekend of the 17th and 18th in July.
So,
We're on the 17th, and then
I saw it's called like Slam Dakota Death Fest 3, so I'm assuming this is the third annual or something like that. So,
yeah.
probably not gonna make it out this year, but it actually looks like a pretty cool setup, pretty cool lineup. So,
Yeah, we're excited to be out there for it. So
cool. So yeah, we were talking about merch. You have like some new merch coming up for Toxic Ruin.
we have some leftover merch from tour
Leftover merch too.
that we did a run of some T-shirts, so we just have a bunch left over because we didn't sell them all on tour. So you can find it at our Bandcamp or any live show coming up. We have that Chippewa Falls one, like you said. Then the following day we're in Milwaukee at Roscoe's, and then actually the day after Slam Dakota, it'll be getting announced probably tomorrow. I'm actually working on a flyer for it here in a couple minutes, but it'll be in Two Rivers with Macabre and Gain. So that'll be the 18th of July.
Cool. Then also we got the veteran benefit one, Fire for Effect at the Nut House in Fond du Lac.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that one. Yeah, that's gonna be wild too. That's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of friends there. So I'll actually be there Friday night too, running lights. So Friday, Saturday, I'm actually working. So come get me really drunk, so I can't play.
Well, I saw Squid Hammer was there. They bring the party with them whenever they go.
They have quite the wild stage show. So
yeah. So cool. Yeah. So you said you're running lights for that one. I mean, is that something that you do a lot? I mean, are you a lights guy?
yeah, I run lights and sound with Leighton from McAuburn. He actually has his own production company, Cool City Sound. If you guys need sound or lights for any venue, or any shows or anything like that, but he said, I think he's running sound for that one too. I don't remember if he has something else going on that day or not, but I'll be there running lights for sure Friday and Saturday, and then I don't know who's running sound for it yet. So
okay. Whenever you guys come up with like new music stuff, what's kind of like your standard writing process? Is there a standard writing process, or is it just whatever happens to pop up?
it's kind of so more times than not, we just have a riff idea and we track it, and we have we call it our riff bank. So we have probably we just have a bunch of riffs in Dave's computer, and then if somebody comes with something, they're like, oh hey, I have this riff and it might tie with this one. Then we go through, find it, see if it works. If not, lately we've been doing a lot of writing in Guitar Pro. So I'll write something and send it over to one of the guys, and then get input and feedback, and then we kind of co-write that way. It's a little easier, I think, do it that way, because then instead of trying to explain what you think should happen, you can just change it to make it happen. Okay. And then it's cool if they don't. You always have a backup file. But yeah, just kind of whoever has the best ideas that string together at the given time is kind of what ends up going with it. A lot of times Dave will just throw riffs together and see if we like them or not, and if we don't, we take them apart and use them for other things, or if we do, then he starts working on drums for it. I start trying to get lyric ideas in my phone. I have a whole bunch of lyrical ideas written down, but nothing expanded on or anything like that. So
yeah, that's kind of my next question, is like, what if you have a certain process for when you come up with the lyrics for a song? I mean, is this entire song usually written before you make lyrics for it, or do you just kind of go along with it?
9 out of 10 times. So I've kind of always been helping writing lyrics, even when I wasn't doing vocals. So I'm always kind of just jotting down ideas, or if I have a complete thought, like I'll structure it out and write it. And then when I get a new song in, I'll listen to it, and I always go through my old lyrics first and see if I can make it fit or make it work, or if we have to change something to make the lyrics work, if it sounds cool. Otherwise, if it doesn't, I just kind of sit on it and then listen to it a bunch in my car, and then try to figure out a good idea or story or whatever for that song. So, and then it sometimes it takes 40 minutes to write lyrics to a whole song. Sometimes it takes months. So it's quite the process sometimes, but I don't know. I don't mind it most of the time. Sometimes there's I'll have a whole song done except for one line, and I just need one word of that line to work, and I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. So it takes a while to find it or restructure it to make it work. So.
Do you have like a certain like if you're kind of like a writing block or something like that, you have a certain method to kind of like clear your mind, or
Nope.
or and have a few beers and get it going again?
Come back to it later. I mean, unless I'm writing about something, so I'm writing about a TV show or a book or something, I can go back in and go to the spot where I need to be looking and try to re-inspire myself. And a lot of times too, I'll just show them something like, oh, hey, I wrote lyrics for this. And then I'm like, I don't have this part. And then I think about it and I'm like, oh, actually, I just got lyrics now. Or somebody else will throw me an idea like, oh, what if you said something like this? And then I just kind of take that idea and make it work.
Do you have a particular song that you really, really like the lyrics more than others? Like, is it something that stands out to you?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
Awesome. And one thing that I wanted to point, I did mention it last time, I mention again, if anybody who doesn't follow you, A Toxic Ruin on Instagram, about the bathroom reviews. Just you were just saying, how exactly did you come up with, so every time you go on tour, or is it every tour, or is it for every show that you?
Every show, if we haven't been there, they get a bathroom review. And I've decided now that I'm starting to compile a few and we're starting to play repeat venues. If the bathroom has somehow gotten better or worse, hopefully worse, they will get another review. Or if there's a second bathroom, like at Chippewa Falls, there's a green room in the basement and there's a band bathroom down there. I didn't review that. So this time when we go back out there, I'll probably do a review of that bathroom. But it was just a drunk idea one night. when we were in Illinois, and I was like, I'm totally doing this tomorrow, and if it catches on, I'm gonna keep doing it. If it doesn't, whatever, it'll be something funny to look back on. So, and everybody seems to like them, so we'll just keep.
Have any of the venue owners ever seen one of the reviews that you
I
know
have
of?
no idea. I hope so. I hope some of the bad ones, like if anybody from the Brass Rail is watching, definitely check out my Brass Rail in Indiana. Dude, that one's pretty good. I try to give an honest answer about what I think of these bathrooms, and I'm usually pretty drunk, so it's just kind of whatever happens.
Nice. I'm running out of questions again. Musical influences? Like how like you started playing guitar when you're pretty young, right?
Yeah. Well, young. Looking back now, young, but I knew for 13 years. I think I
Okay.
started when I was between like my freshman and sophomore year of high school. So
Okay.
it's been about 14 years now, and just never stopped. Just kept going with it. So
Was it something in particular that drew you to the guitar instead of like being a drum or?
well, I'm the bassist, so Steve Harris definitely Iron Maiden was. I heard the first time I heard Phantom of the Opera, I was like, that's what I want to do. Like I need to know how to do that. Um, when I was younger, though, I was a huge Damn Yankees fan, and Tommy Shaw was my idol. So I used to just pretend I was him and jump around on our furniture and sing Damn Yankees songs all the time. But definitely when I heard Phantom of the Opera, I was like, yeah, that's it. That's what I need to be doing for real. So
So we might be having a Damn Yankees cover song coming out.
I would love to do Pile Driver. It'd be so cool.
Is there a particular band that like if they called you up like tomorrow and said let's go on tour like the next day, would you just drop everything and go?
Like to play in or to go on tour with.
Yeah, to go on tour with
Uh,
or play in, I guess.
uh yeah, if we were gonna get paid for it, like if we can make a living wage on it, I would. Yeah, anybody honestly, I'd be like, okay, yeah, let me know where we need to be and when. Um, but I mean, obviously, if like Metallica or someone was like, hey, we want you guys to open up this tour for us, we'd all be like, okay, dude, all right. I don't know why you want us to do this, but okay, we'll do it for you. I mean, otherwise, like if we got a decent enough offer or something, and we couldn't make it work with our work schedules because we all work full time, we try to make like a weekend type thing work or like 4 days of it, or hop on here and do a little part, and then maybe hop on again at the end or something like that. So
So with the touring, is there like a section in the United States that you haven't quite gotten to yet, or have you been
um,
everywhere?
we this year was really technically our third tour. Last year we went on to LA for that Bakken battle, and I don't know if I'd really consider that a tour. It was 5 days, and half of it got canceled because our bus died. But this past one we went out to the Northeast, and then the first one that we went on with Cassie Rubber, we went down to just kind of like we were really just in the Midwest. We swooped down to Texas and back up. So I'd really like to do like a full Midwest, West Coast tour type thing, and then we're talking about wanting to go down to like the Southeast. So
Okay. Then for when you do your shows, I mean, do you guys do all your own booking? Like when you did the East Coast stuff that you just did everything on your own?
yeah, this last one I worked with Nick from Stonecutters. Um, I had a few dates booked already, so what it was we were playing a festival, and then when we played with them actually in Sheboygan last year, I asked them if they wanted to come on with us for the whole thing, and it was pretty easy just for the both of us to just kind of be like, okay, well, I'll take care of this day. Okay, take care of this one. And, he did a lot of the work for it and a lot of the getting in touch with everybody and everything like that. So it really all came together because of him, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So, and honestly, he does it all the time. So next time I need a tour book, I'm probably just going to pay him to do it for me because I hate doing it. It sucks. Like getting a hold of people who don't know who you are personally, and then trying to explain to them, hey, I need a day for this. Like, do you have something available, or can you point me in the right direction? And a lot of times fans are pretty good ways to get about doing that. Hey, hold on 1 second. And puppies are being rude to each other. But yeah, a lot of times it's easier just to get a hold of the band and be like, hey, we're coming to your area. Can you help us out with a show here? It's do kind of a show trade thing. And if they ever come up this way, I always, anybody that's ever hosted a show for us, I'm like, if you ever come back to Wisconsin, like, get a hold of me first. I can get something set up for you. So that's pretty much how it goes. It's the easiest way to do it. Bar owners, if they've never heard of your band or don't know you personally, it's hard to get back to them. I mean, they got so many other things going on anyway. So it's just kind of hit or miss with that.
Cool. Is there any bands you've played at outside of Wisconsin that you would recommend to check out?
Obviously, our last tour mates, Lich King and Stonecutters. Gorgatron is awesome. They came and we did a show with them, and they're from, I think they're from South Dakota, actually. They're great. Our buddies in Chicago, Bloodletter, always a fun time. It's hard to, like, especially when you're on tour, like, unless I buy a shirt, like, it all just kind of blurs together. Like, I don't remember who we played with where sometimes and stuff like that. The Sentience out of Pennsylvania is sick. We played with them in LA last year. So definitely check out those guys for sure. And then just kind of check out the other scenes, I guess. Like, who are they playing with, and kind of just go that route is all I do, really.
Cool. So, yeah, I remember we back to the merch thing. I just thinking about, going to doing shows and selling merch and everything. You had mentioned everything was on Bandcamp, or right? Was it Bandcamp?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like toxicruin.bandcamp.com, or
that's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
So I gotta go check out the Toxic Ruin merch. I admit that I don't have any yet.
Well, I'm done here.
So, but yeah, I've definitely seen you guys a couple times. Love the energy on the stage. It's pretty good. It seems to really kind of sync together with everybody.
Yeah, that's actually one thing that during this whole COVID thing, we've kind of just slacked on. So, like, now that we're getting ready for a show again, like the last week or so, 2 weeks of practice, like, we've been practicing headbanging again while we play. So that way, when we go into it next week, we're not dead, like completely dead after the show and can't move our heads at all. So it's definitely something that we practice. And I feel like you kind of need to practice it just to get, just to kind of learn how everybody else flows with everything and stuff like that. And we always try to, like, put on the same type of caliber show, whether we're playing in front of 5 people or 500, it's just something we try to really pride ourselves on. Dogs.
And they want to get on camera, I think. Animals are really popular when you have camera, when you got interview or something going on.
This is Potato. Big old chocolate lab, and then we have another smaller black lab that just ran away from me. She thinks he's getting a treat or something. I don't know. Yeah, I did an interview with Rob Zip out of Texas, and our cat kept running in front of my face and brushing up against me. It's ridiculous.
I think at least half of the interviews I've done, there's been animals involved at some point or another.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what's going on up there?
Yeah. You can kind of use it as a selling point. It's like, hey, watch this video. There's a dog in there. There's a cat in there.
Yeah, ours are pretty nosy. If I'm working on flyers or something, one of our cats likes to come up and tap my keyboard and mess me all up. And my girlfriend's off doing homework right now, actually, and they keep walking into the room and probably bothering her to have her play and stuff. So enjoying that.
Well, cool. I think that's about it for now. I appreciate you redoing the interview. Dave was there for the first one, and now he's busy or not there and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm at mine. So
cool. All right. Well, I'm going to call it an end now, and I'll post some links where people can go buy your merch and check out the music. And The Facebook where they can check out your upcoming events that we just listed because there's some really good ones coming up. So,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.